Hello, Jack and Jills, this is Epic Botch, and thank you for joining me for episode 4. Today we're going to go ahead and jump right into World 4, Time and Place. Visiting his parents' home for a holiday meal, Tim felt as though he had regressed to those long ago years when he had lived under their roof, oppressed by their insistence on upholding strange values which to him were meaningless. Back then, bickering would erupt over drops of gravy spilt onto the tablecloth. Escaping, Tim walked in the cool air toward the university he attended after moving out of his parents' home. As he distanced himself from that troubling house, he felt the embarrassment of childhood fading into the past. But now he stepped into all the insecurities he had felt at the university, all the panic of walking in a social tightrope. Tim only felt relieved after the whole trip was over, sitting back home in the present, steeped in contrast. He saw how he improved so much from those old days. This improvement, day by day, takes him ever closer to finding the princess. If she exists, she must. She will transform him, and everyone. He felt on his trip that every place stirred up an emotion, and every emotion invokes a memory, a time, and a location. So couldn't he find the princess now, tonight, just by wandering from place to place and noticing how he feels? A trail of feelings of awe and inspiration should lead him to that castle. In the future, her arms enclosing him, her scent fills him with excitement, creates a moment so strong he can remember it in the past. Immediately, Tim walked out of his door the next morning toward whatever the new day held. He felt something like optimism. Oh, I shouldn't have gone down. My bad. So, the mechanic with World 4 is that as we move across the screen, all the objects, monsters, whatever, is affected by where we move. So instead of just being able to reverse time to affect movements, we can use our positions. There we go. I'm going to stand right here for this puzzle, wait a few seconds, and then head back down. I think this level in particular, technically all the worlds follow pretty closely. Like, the powers of that world have a lot to do with the story that was stated ahead of time. But I think in this world specifically, it's a lot stronger. Because as you're moving through the world, nothing changes in particular unless... Sorry, it's clear in my brain how to make sense of this. It's like when you're looking at a memory and you go, oh, if I could have done this or that, then maybe this might have slightly changed. So the differences aren't huge, but just enough to change the course to get a little bit different outcome. And I think the nostalgia factor really plays into this level a lot. Alright. So we're gonna jump back. So now that we have this top monster back, I'm gonna not jump on him. We don't want to kill him. He's gonna grab that key for us. Oh, I can't grab it that way. I had to go all the way back up. I'm just gonna go do this again. There we go. Now that I have the key, just reverse time to get this one. Again, referring back to this story, a lot of the music that we're gonna hear is very, to me it's very lullaby-ish. And I like that as we move right and left across the screen, you can hear, now we're hearing it in reverse, and now it's going forward again. Oops. So I stomped on that monster, but he came back. So the trick with this particular level, I mean, we've seen the hunt before. You have, what makes this one different is that we have to, oh shoot, I should have bounced on him. You have to kill the ones furthest most left first, and then go from there. It just changes the order in which you have to defeat the monsters. That's it. So with this one, it's a little tricky. We're gonna start on the right side of him. Maybe. Hit him once, and then bounce on him again as you're going right in order to make sure that he's gone. With what I talked about in the last episode about the different seasons, if you've been noticing, there's been a lot of snowflakes falling in this one. I think that World 4 has to do with winter. That's so far what I've been able to tell. Oops. There we go. That's really the only reason why I would say play them out of order that way, is so that you're following the seasons. But I find that World 5 is more disjointed than World 4. Like, it's still kind of a fantasy feeling, whereas World 5, it was more disorienting. Just a little bit. Alright. Now we always have that puzzle piece. Alright, this puzzle right here has always given me a hard time. I like to start up here on this platform and run down here. We're gonna get this monster. I made that seem a lot easier than it is because I've simply done it enough times. It's simple to get the monster past the first one. When you're doing this and you're reversing time, you have to get it past the second one. You pretty much have to be falling mid-air like that, and then making sure that that last claw, you have to be this far over. It takes a little bit of practice, but when you know the placement, it makes it a lot easier. Alright. We don't want to kill that monster. He's gonna get the key for us again. Now the clouds serve a different function in this one, as you can see. Oops. We'll go faster on this one, and it's much slower on the top one. When we hear the little tink, that means that he's gotten the key. Whoops. There we go. Let's get the key, and that... Why don't we just reverse time? It'll be a lot faster. It's tempting to try to hit that far right door first. Don't do it. Oh, I messed myself up. You have to hit it from this way, because if you hit the far left door first, the door just goes back up immediately. It's very obnoxious. Alright. Oh, no, we have to go up this ladder. And it's a little bit of a leap of faith, because you don't quite know that that cloud's gonna be there. So down. I like this level a lot, this world, because of all the temple-like fixtures in the background. However, what I don't like about it is a lot of the mechanics. This one in particular is really infuriating to me. The trick with this one is you'll need to kill that monster. We're gonna wait for him to come back. and make sure that the key comes back while you're still in this first door. It's pretty simple. Just like that, the monster will pick the key up for us. He won't unlock the door, and he'll be under here in just a moment. Even playing through this... through Braid a couple of times, I had to say this is probably the level that I dislike the most. It's... Oops. Here we go. And one of the reasons why I dislike it the most is because you get one of the 8 stars on here. Oh, shoot. Now we're gonna have to wait for him to come back. As well as just the timing of this monster. There's a lot of timing with him that's difficult, and I dislike that. But once you get the hang of it, it's not too bad. Alright, so it's gonna shoot out another monster. We're gonna carefully keep him on this platform. Oh no! See, this is exactly what I'm talking about that I don't like. Oh no! Alright, we will get it this time. There we go. Use this ladder to get the key from him. If you're not on the ladder and you bounce on him, it's very likely that you will bounce off to the side quickly, and the key will all of a sudden be on the very, very bottom. One of the reasons that makes this particular level very frustrating to me. But now that we have everything, apparently we get to keep our key. We have reached the end of World 4. We have the yellow, and it looks black to me, but it's technically supposed to be blue. And it says you should stop immediately. Again, talking about nautical flags. Hello there, I'm sorry, but hey, where are you going? Ignoring you, that's what I'm doing. Alright, Jacks and Jills, that is episode 4 of Braid. If you like this episode, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If not, please stick around. Next episode, we're going to go ahead and jump into World 6. And then after that, that'll be the end of the game. Braid's pretty short. One of the reasons that I absolutely love this game. Fun puzzles, pretty short, and also every time I play it, I get something new from it every time. Anyways, I hope you all have a fantastic day. Bye!